I had come here to check on something, thinking it was completely empty. But as soon as I stepped inside, I heard a faint meow. I knew something wasn't right. At first I thought it was a rat or something else. But then I saw movement. A tiny pair of eyes staring at me from behind a stack of boxes. It was a cat. It was clear the cat was scared. It didn't trust me at all at first, hissing softly and keeping its distance. I sat down and just waited, letting it know I wasn't a threat. After a few minutes, it crept out, step by step, finally sniffed my hand. I couldn't believe it. It was one of those moments that hits you. This little creature had been hiding here, alone, and now it trusted me enough to come out. I couldn't leave it behind. I took it home, gave it some food and water, and made sure it felt safe. Finding this cat reminded me. Sometimes the most unexpected places hold the most precious surprises. So the next time you think a place is empty or hopeless, look again. You might find a new friend where you least expect it. I stopped, holding my breath, listening. It came again, a little stronger this time. It sounded like a kitten. My heart skipped a beat. A kitten? All alone out here? I started moving cautiously towards the sound, my camera still in hand, but now with a completely different purpose. I scanned the rubble-strewn floor, peering into the shadows cast by the skeletal remains of the factory's structure. The crying led me to a collapsed section of the wall, a jumble of concrete and twisted rebar. Then there, huddled in a small hollow, was a tiny ball of fluff. It was a kitten, no older than a few weeks. Its fur was a matted mix of orange and white, caked with dust and grime. Its eyes, huge and green, were wide with terror. When it saw me, it let out a hiss that was more of a squeak and tried to press itself further into the concrete crevice. My heart just broke. This poor little thing was all alone and absolutely terrified. I crouched down slowly, trying to make myself as small and non-threatening as possible. "Hey there, little one," I whispered. "It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you." The kitten just stared at me, trembling. I knew that rushing it would only make things worse. Patience was key. I sat down on the cold floor a safe distance away and just started talking to it in a soft, soothing voice. I told it about my day, about the camera in my hand, about how beautiful the light was filtering through the broken roof. I didn't make any sudden moves. I just sat there, being a calm presence. After what felt like an eternity, but was probably only 10 minutes, the trembling seemed to lessen just a tiny bit. I had a bottle of water with me and I poured a little into the cap, inching it forward slowly. The kitten watched my every move, its tiny nose twitching. I was clearly thirsty, but still too scared to move. So I waited. I stayed there for over an hour, just sitting on that dusty floor, talking to this tiny, frightened creature. I started to notice the details, the way one of its ears was slightly bent, the little pink nose covered in soot. I decided to name him Rusty, a fitting name for a little soul found in a place like this. Slowly, very slowly, Rusty took a hesitant step forward. Then another. He crept towards the water cap, his belly low to the ground. He took a tentative lick, then another, before quickly drinking the small amount of water. It was a huge victory. He was starting to trust me, even if just a little. Seeing him drink gave me hope. He was a survivor. But I knew I couldn't leave him here. The nights were getting cold, and there were too many dangers for a kitten this small and alone. The challenge now was how to get him to come with me. I had an empty camera bag with a soft lining. I took out my gear and placed the bag on its side, creating a small, dark cave. It seemed safer than just reaching for him. I put a small piece of a protein bar I had right at the entrance of the bag. Wasn't ideal, but it was all I had. Rusty sniffed the air, his hunger seemingly battling his fear. He crept towards the bag, his eyes flicking between me and the makeshift den. He nibbled at the bar, and then, to my absolute astonishment, he cautiously stepped inside the bag and curled up. My heart was pounding. I zipped the bag up, leaving a large enough gap for plenty of air, and carefully lifted it. It was so light. I could feel the faint vibration of him purring inside. He was purring. This terrified little kitten was actually purring. I held the bag close to my chest as I made my way out of the abandoned factory, stepping back into the sunlight. The world seemed brighter, more hopeful. It was no longer just an urban exploration trip. It had become a rescue mission. And my mission was just beginning. Getting him home was the first step. I set him up in my bathroom, a safe, quiet space where he could decompress. I gave him a proper bowl of water and some special kitten food I rushed out to buy. He devoured it like he hadn't eaten in days, which was probably true. After he ate, the real challenge began. The first bath. He was not a fan, to put it mildly. But we got through it, and underneath all that dirt and grime was a stunningly beautiful little cat with the softest fur. The next few days were a journey of building trust. I spent hours just sitting on the bathroom floor with him. At first, he'd hide behind the toilet whenever I came in. But gradually, he started coming out. He'd let me get a little closer each time. The first time he rubbed against my hand, I nearly cried. It was such a small gesture, but it meant the world. It was his way of saying, "Okay, I think I can trust you." From that moment on, our bond grew stronger every day. Rusty's personality started to shine through. He wasn't just a scared little kitten anymore. He was playful, mischievous, and incredibly affectionate. He loved chasing bottle caps across the floor and would pounce on my feet from under the bed. He had the loudest purr I've ever heard in a cat, a rumbling motor that would start up the second I picked him up. He turned my quiet apartment into a home filled with life and laughter. Looking at this happy, healthy cat, it was hard to believe he was the same terrified creature I'd found in that derelict factory. This whole experience has been a powerful reminder. Sometimes, in the most broken and forgotten places, you can find the most beautiful things. Rusty was discarded, left alone in a place where no one thought to look, but he had so much love to give. All he needed was a chance. He didn't just find a home, he rescued me too, in a way. He brought so much joy into my life. If you ever find an animal in need, even if they seem scared or broken, don't turn away. With a little patience and a lot of love, you can change their entire world. And trust me, they'll change yours too. Thanks for watching our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more of Rusty's adventures.